Johnny's team believes those donations were never actually made after the Children's Hospital claimed they never got their promised funds. So he's now suing the ACLU to find out if she really did donate the money to them or if her billionaire ex Elon Musk did instead. And according to uncovered emails from the organization shown dailymail.com, it seems the op-ed was not Amber's idea.
She destroyed her own career. Johnny Depp speaks on Amber Heard.
The ACLU appointed the actress as an ambassador on women's rights in 2018. According to the emails, someone on staff came up with the idea of having her write a huge op-ed about the experience of survivors of the gender-based violence as a way to hit back at destructive new laws rolling back protection for victims. Ultimately, the op-ed entitled "I Spoke Up Against Sexual Violence and Face Our Culture's Wrath That Has to Change" was reportedly written by an ACLU staffer named Robin Schulman, who is one email to Amber talked about trying to capture her fire and rage and a peace offering. "We can't believe she really didn't write that op-ed in her own legal filings." Amber actually references this point, saying she wrote it with the assistance and advice of others, though at this point it seems like someone else wrote it with the assistance and advice of Heard and her lawyers. Still, she says the op-ed speaks for itself and affirms her claims of domestic abuse are true and therefore not defamation. First, the facts.
Amber Heard, a lot of people had no idea who she was until her divorce from Johnny Depp. Her biggest role by far is that of Mera in Aquaman, the love interest of none other than Aquaman himself. The mess between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp is still ongoing, but when it first started making headlines, Amber had released a phone video making Johnny appear to be a drunken abuser. As time went on and court trials ensued, eventually the public learned that Amber was the toxic component of the former celebrity couple. People started thinking deeply and realized the irony of Amber Heard's career. She wasn't exactly the most well-known actress until she met the man who was already extremely popular in Hollywood. It made so many fans think that Amber Heard benefited from marrying Johnny. Amber started to gain more attention in the public eye via her appearances in movies like Justice League and Aquaman, and she actually started getting more and more great roles than ever.
After all, most defamation cases aren't about domestic violence, but are about other damaging allegedly false claims. Depp and Heard met when she was just 22, and he was 45-year-old father of two living with his longtime partner Vanessa Paradis. A few years later, Depp and Heard married and soon divorced. Just before the divorce, Heard filed for a restraining order, and photographers captured the mark on her face as she walked in and out of the Los Angeles court. Heard's allegations that Depp had physically and verbally abused her while using drugs and alcohol were soon widely publicized. Depp has always denied them, saying that in reality, Heard had abused him. Second, the law. British libel law works differently from the American version. In short, in the United States, the burden of proof for libel is on the person claiming to have been libeled. That is, the plaintiff has to demonstrate that what was written is false, at least in cases involving matters of public concern. In the United Kingdom, the burden of proof is on the party accused of libel. That is, the Sun had to prove that what is published about Depp was true. A judge held that it had met that burden, and that 12 of 14 of Heard's accusations of abuse met the threshold for truth in civil court. Depp's attorneys say they plan to appeal. Depp is also suing Heard for defamation in a U.S. court after she published an op-ed in the Washington Post identifying herself as a survivor of sexual and physical violence. Depp isn't just the loser here, legally. He has also clearly lost the plot. The whole goal of his lawsuit was ostensibly to rehabilitate his reputation. And certainly if Depp is telling the truth, and lots of fans who gathered outside the courthouse are tweeting #Justice for Johnny Depp believe he is the real victim here, one can understand why he would want to clear his name. But filing multiple lawsuits, Depp is only prolonging and expanding the coverage, reminding people of it and bringing it to new people's attention. He's not rehabilitating his reputation, he is further tarnishing it.
Amber and Johnny dated for years before finally getting married in 2015, but that's when things started to reveal their true nature. It also made people suspicious as their marriage lasted only 1 year. Jealousy, anger, abuse, lies, the things which filled this marriage from the start, and obviously, that's not a good combination for those who want to be a happy couple. But things started to get intense in the worst way, when in 2016, Amber filed for divorce from Johnny and also obtained a temporary restraining order against him. She alleged that Johnny had physically abused her during their relationship and said it was usually while under the influence of drugs or alcohol. She alleged that at the time of filing for divorce, an incident had recently taken place in which Johnny Depp threw his phone at her, leaving her with a bruised face. Johnny Depp denied these accusations and through his representatives said Amber Heard was attempting to secure a premature financial resolution by alleging abuse. But by that time, no one believed Johnny Depp and his career started falling apart. In December 2018, Amber Heard wrote an op-ed for the Washington Post saying she was abused. In this op-ed for the Washington Post, she spoke about the treatment of women in domestic abuse cases. She wrote, "I became a public figure representing domestic abuse, and I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out. After that, the newspapers labeled him as an abuser and wife beater, and in 2019, Johnny Depp sued Amber Heard for $50 million for defamation over the WAPO article. The suit said that Amber Heard is not a victim of domestic abuse, she is a perpetrator, and denied that Johnny Depp ever abused her. Instead, the suit said that Amber Heard's allegations were part of an elaborate hoax to generate positive publicity for the actress.
And whether Depp is telling the truth or not, and a court of law just held that Heard is the truthful one here. Libel law goes beyond just these two people or even the right of tabloids to publish whatever they want about celebrities with little fear of reprisal. Under British law, people can sue for libel and win if the people or entities they are suing can prove that the claims they made were true. In both the US and the UK, abusers with resources can always threaten libel suits. Even if they lose, they may very well have drained the victims of their money and resolve. This is a real barrier for survivors of intimate partner violence who often go to great lengths to hide the abuse they are suffering and don't typically carefully document every incident. Intimate partner violence remains underreported, stigmatized, and often still in the shadows. The barriers to coming forward are already high, and most women who suffer violence from loved ones never speak out publicly.